We are starting our evening with a salute to those individuals who are willing to sacrifice for the freedoms that exist in this country and that so do enrich all of us. There are abundant freedoms in this country, aren't there? Just think about the educational freedoms. Think about this night. We are about to honor the work that homeschooling families have done in raising their kids and getting them to a place where it's time for diplomas in partnership with a public school program that is endorsed by the state, saluted by our admin, and certainly something that we have all been thrilled to be part of. This doesn't happen everywhere in this state, let alone other states, and certainly not other countries. So with that in mind, I would ask that anyone who is currently part of for any service or has been part of any branch of the service or possibly a first responder, could you please rise?
Our country is a beautiful land filled with wonderful places, people, and opportunities. Recently, however, we have experienced an escalation of tragedy and heartache. But we are still the land of the free because of the brave. We have hope, we have faith, we have freedom because of the sacrifices made by our armed forces and first responders. Tonight, we wish to bring you all back to a simpler time when a good week's work was both appreciated and celebrated with a two-step. This performance reflects the joy and gratitude we offer to the men and women who serve to protect. It represents the freedom we enjoy because of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Homelink's Potential Hazard Dance Team in An American Hoedown.
Check, check. We just need a little more volume. Check, check.
Check, check. I'm sorry for that glitch. Thank you. Continue to Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Better? Say no. Hello? Is that better? Okay. Again, I'm so glad that you're here. To my right, I'd like to introduce a couple school board members. It's especially nice they've joined us. Eric Keller and Brad Erickson. One of them, I think Brad Erickson's going to help us out a little later with the awarding of the diplomas. Travis Hansen, our superintendent, is at the Meade graduation ceremonies. His youngest daughter is graduating tonight, and as you know, family comes first, and we certainly understand. We'll miss him, but we thank you, Brad, for stepping in. Eric, as it turns out, Eric will be helping us. Forgive me, I thought it was Brad. Hey, that's a little better. I'd also like to introduce some program people tonight. I'd like the consultants to rise. Would you stand? Happily, I know. Carol. Michelle, Rod, Linda, Lori, Mary Ellen. That was for you, Lori. And Carol. These are the people that have certainly tabulated your hours, your credits, your courses, and have found you to be duly ready to graduate. Thank you so much for your hard work. I get to work alongside them. I know the hours they put in. And while we're at it, are there other people here? Are there other people that are part of staff at Homelink? Would you rise? Maybe you're part of office staff. Maybe you teach. Maybe you just like to stay seated. Thank you, Jenny. Sure appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it all. A special welcome to parents. This really is an important night. It's a total commitment. It's a way of life, and it's really culminating in something remarkable, isn't it? We so appreciate watching you, witnessing what you do. It's mighty, mighty effort. There are few of you for whom this is homeschooling phase of your life. You're going to move on to something else. These are the youngest children in some families. And so their homeschooling career is sort of coming to a close. I hope that's an okay way to put it. I'm going to start with Tammy Conley. How many years have you been homeschooling, Tammy? 11 years. Thank you so much for that. It's been fun to have you right here with us. Let's see. Kim, how many years have you been homeschooling? 16 years. And she's closing that chapter, aren't you? Thank you. Casey. 12 years. Casey and I talked a little earlier. She might have been ready for this day. And it has come. Kathy, how many years have you been homeschooling? 16 years. Thank you for that. Mr. Robles, how many years? 12 years. Oh, congratulations for that. I know that DNK has been homeschooling for perhaps the longest. They have a lot of children. Deanne, how many years? 29 years. That adds up to 101 years of homeschooling before us. My heavens. Thank you so much for all of these years. Thank you for doing them, so many of them with Homelink. We deeply appreciate all this. Congratulations. Now to you, certainly a big, big welcome over here. Does it feel like a marathon and you're about to cross that finish line in a matter of 20 minutes, 25 minutes? Pretty soon, huh? I wanted to tell you something. I read a fantastic story. Can everybody still hear me? I'm sorry, I don't mean to ignore anyone. Up just a little bit. Speak louder, Mom. Okay. Well, this is a marathon story. Now I'm really going to get engaged and speak louder. Are any of you old enough to remember Cliff Young? He was an Australian he was a marathoner. It was 544 miles was this Uber marathon that he was part of from Sydney to Melbourne, Australia. Cliff Young got to the starting line, and you might find parallels with you. He wasn't so young. He was 61, and he had on his Oshkosh overalls. He had on his work boots. He had galoshes over his work boots because it might rain. He had on a baseball cap, and people could not believe the sight of this gentleman. So they went up and they said, "Are you really a runner?" "Yeah." "Have you ever run in any race before?" "Well, no. No marathon? No. No half marathon? No. A 5K? Well, no." Well, what do you do?" "Well, I'm a farmer. I have sheep. We have 2,000 acres. We have 2,000 sheep. And I run after my sheep." And they said, "Well, do you have any backers?" No backers." "Well, you can't run. You can't race. You don't have backers. You don't have coaches." And he said, "Well, I believe that I can." And sometimes what a person believes is all the backing that they need. Doing something a little different, maybe, let's say. Believing in what you're doing is all the backing that you need. So, he took out his dentures because they rattle when he runs. He was there at the starting line, and the gun went off, and all of these under 30, very ready, skilled, $400 Nike shoes guys took off, and Cliff did too. But Cliff shuffled. Cliff his back was very straight, his arms sort of dangled, and Cliff shuffled, and no one knew what to make of this. Cliff was really in the dust. Cliff was behind. Cliff didn't know the rules. Cliff had never been coached. Cliff wanted to be part of this. He had time in his schedule, he said, for this race. And here's how these ultra marathons go. You run for 18 hours, you sleep for 6. You run for 18 hours, you sleep for 6, and you go for 544 miles. Well, Cliff was way behind. He didn't know people stopped. And he didn't have any coaching, and so Cliff kept running, just like he had on his farm, because if there was a big storm coming, Cliff had to gather up all those sheep. And he figured that's why he would last with this race. Well, I bet you know that I'm going to tell you that Cliff crossed the finish line in a new world record 12 hours before anyone near came. And he shocked everyone. He never stopped. He never stopped for 5 days and 17 hours and 4 minutes. Is that not a remarkable thing? And when they gave him the $10,000 prize, he said, "Well, what's this?" And they said, "Well, you won. And he said, but I didn't know there was a prize. I just did this for the wonder of it. And he said, those other people, they've worked as hard as I have, and so he waited for them. The next one came 10 hours later. He waited for them at the finish line, and he gave every single one of the 5 that finished behind him an equal share in the $10,000. And he left without a penny and with the hearts of everyone, because people had been glued to their sets to watch the shuffle as he went and as he won. And I want you to remember something he said, and that was that sometimes the training for the really big moments in life happens in the everyday moments. That's your work ethic. That's the attitude you have. That's what you present, all of yourself, for whatever the day holds. I hope, like Cliff Young, that you bring your best every day, and then when something huge happens, you're set. You've been practicing every day. You're at your best. Thank you for doing your best for us. Thank you for almost being ready for this marathon to be over. Thank you for being part of Homelink. And let's take a look next at a day in the life of Homelink. Stay with us.
But it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. Far away, special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is The brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams are keeping me.
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be. A vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
That was put together by the yearbook class and by Teresa Guler, who runs that. Didn't they do a nice job? Really fun to see so many of you in there. Okay, next on the program it says scholarships. But I'm not going to let you off that easy because you guys have all done different things. And wouldn't you like to know a little about that? Yes. Yes, they would. So, we have about half of you were involved in either Running Start or the Skills Center, weren't you? And then there were some of you who, thank you, stayed with us and took classes and probably worked a little. And I would like to talk about all three of those groups. So, don't be embarrassed. I'm just going to ask you to stand up, and please do. Gabrielle, will you stand? I need you to stand. Okay. And Heidi, I need you to stand. And Lindsay, I need you to stand. And Allie, I need you to stand. And Dalia, I need you to stand. And Elizabeth, where are you? I need you to stand. And Uriah, I need you to stand. Yeah. So, these are students who, this is what I want you to know about them. They took classes, they took courses this year, but more than anything, they were fantastic examples for the rest of the students here of, in terms of some leadership, in terms of how to behave, the kindness to show to one another. Wonderful examples of that, and the school needs that. We're thrilled when you go off to Running Start or when you enjoy being at the Skills Center, but we love it when some of our seniors stay put and really, by their example, show what the school is made of and show school spirit. So I thank you for that. Now let me see. Of course, Gabriel, who is here from Brazil, he has to go back here pretty soon, and he's still got school left. And then you take a pretty big test to decide what career sort of direction you're going to go in. Is that right? Yeah. So we've been thrilled to have you be part of this. Thank you so much. We've loved his smile, haven't we? Thank you. Shaking her head, please don't focus on me. How about if I do this? Among these kids, we have those who have worked darn hard at jobs. It may be at Ace Hardware. It may be in construction. It may be at the convention center. It could be that you have been participating in drama, that you have been a spark, that you've been working at the McDonald's, and that you have also been volunteering and doing good things. Thank you for who you are, and thank you for contributing this year so much. Go ahead and sit down, but you are so appreciated. So then I'm going to ask Abby, and Becca, and I'm going to ask Jacob, and I'll ask Larry to stand up for a minute. You know, they didn't know this was coming, so you do have to empathize. Their backs are to you, though. Anyway, these are kids that went to the Skills Center, which is a wonderful alternative. It's sort of a trade-based spot where kids can really learn some skills that makes them very employable. Whole variety of options. I just want you to hear about Abby. You were in cosmetology, yes. And you know, look at this little writing. Why don't you help me out? Tell me about your experience at Skill Center.
It was a really great opportunity. I learned a lot, and it definitely helped me for my future.
But in what ways?
It taught me a lot about hair and just, I don't know.
She's not bragging enough. She has received nothing but kudos for her performance. She's got half the hours that she needs for a state certification in hair design. She's gotten offers for jobs. She's been their top student. It's a pretty big deal. Abby, you did a wonderful job. Becca's been in hospitality and in culinary arts. She has found her niche, have you not? See, she says she has. She has received so many accolades from the chef there. I've heard about you in the job, and I know you're going to go into this field. This is what you're doing next. I'm so glad it was a good fit, honey. Thank you. Jacob. So Jacob you took a year of welding, and then you took a year of law enforcement. And I don't know if law enforcement led. Jacob is joining the Army, and I think you're going to be in the infantry. I can't tell you how much we appreciate the service that will be. A willingness to sacrifice your life for ours. Thank you so much, Jacob. By the way, this kid, I first met when he was on a little wagon pulled by his older sister, and his two brothers were alongside, and he must have been all of 2 years old. And I know you don't remember, but he's come a long way. That one has come a long way. Libby, you were initially in the nursing training, right, at Skill Center, in the pre-nursing. You're taught. She has a wonderful apprenticeship that has happened to her. I want you to tell them.
It's a one-year Providence Medical Assisting Apprenticeship. That after the 1 year of training, then you're with them for 2 years.
This is a paid apprenticeship. She's with them for 2 years, and then I think you want to go into urgent care. It is a phenomenal thing. I'm so delighted that you've been accepted. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you. Lastly, I need Keith and Joseph and Hope and Nate and Miguel, and Alyssa. I need you to stand. So these were our Running Start students. Some of them we barely saw because they were pretty busy. I think all of you. Now, Alyssa, I don't know how many. Do you have a lot of hours left to go for your AA? About 3/4 of a year. She's been very faithful to drama. You know, that brings some kids back. We're so glad for that. Good luck with it. What's ahead? Are you going into education at all? She has a nose in a book constantly, so I know you're learning great things. Okay, thank you. Miguel, you are almost done, are you not, with your AA? Have you achieved 2 years at Eastern? Oh, that is so great. I know he's going to continue at Eastern. You want to go into computer science? If any of you saw the Spokesman Review this week, Miguel was, no, he really doesn't want me to say it. He was our choice as a staff for a feature story in the Spokesman Review. He's a pretty remarkable young man. I'll say no more. That's your assignment. Go read about it. Joseph, you are about done, are you not? You are. This is a 4-point student. He's not bad. I know you have a little left, and then you have a 2-year commitment through your church. Is that right? Now, does that happen right away?
I'll be going in the fall.
Oh, wonderful, Alicia. Thank you so much. Keith. So Keith stayed back a little bit. We had him in drama. But you are interested in maybe education in English, is that right? And how many more, how much more in your AA do you have?
3/4.
You're going to be done pretty soon. Be nice if you helped out with drama when you get some English degree somewhere. Thank you for your hard work. Hope McDonald, you will continue taking Running Start classes, and then she looks the part. She'd like to be an airline attendant.
Yeah.
And I just think it's going to happen. Nate, I was going to have up here with me because, yes, he's a Running Start student. Nate, do you want to say where you were going to go to school?
The plan was originally I was going to stay at Eastern, but now I'm looking at Corbin University down in Oregon. I'm going to end up staying there and pursuing a degree in media arts.
Okay. Well, and that is with a renewable $14,000 scholarship each year. Is that not right? Yeah. Thank you so much. You can sit. Good luck, Running Start students. Now I need two to really be embarrassed and come up here with me. Hannah Olson. And Emily's all these two girls, they have achieved that elusive AA degree. How about that? So what I hear, that you're going to graduate summa cum laude. She has had a remarkable career at the college, and her grade point is so high. We are so thrilled by that. You have been a hard worker, and I know you've had a job all this time as well. She comes from a pretty big family, 13, so you know she can do a lot of other things as well, because that's just survival, isn't it? And she's quite an artist. And she's quite a wonderful spirit. And I want you to know what she's going to do next. She's got another job. So she's going to work 2 jobs. Now, Hannah, tell us why.
Oh, I'm going to be going to YWAM in Australia, hopefully next spring. So I need to save up.
And tell people, if they don't know, what does YWAM stand for?
It stands for Youth with a Mission, and it's basically 3 months of Bible training and then 3 months of ministry outreach.
And then she goes where the Lord sends her. And I hope you take a bit of us with you, because we so love you. Good luck and congratulations. Emily Sprague. There we go. She too is getting her AA degree. She too was on the honor roll every semester. No, every quarter. It's every quarter, isn't it? And she has some passions in life, and you know what? It is a wonderful bio, and I can't probably say it all, so I'm going to ask her questions, and she's going to answer. How do you feel about ballet?
I feel pretty passionate about it, but I am quitting this year after 16 years of ballet.
Fantastic. And have you been in the Nutcracker a time or two, and have you been with the Russian ballet a time or two?
Yes, I've been with the State Street Nutcracker for 5 years and the Russian Nutcracker for 1.
That's fantastic. You're going to be a loss. That's going to be a loss to them, but how fantastic you've done that. How about horses and equine study? Do you like that?
I do, very much.
To the tune of what? Tell us.
Well, so much that I'm going to Whitworth this fall for my pre-veterinarian with a major in biology and a minor in chemistry.
She was on the equestrian team at the high school all 4 years. She was selected for the state. She has gotten quite a few awards with that. Have you ever been in 4-H?
Yes, for 8 years.
And she's been an officer in that. And the reason I thought I could put her on the spot is because she's not going to tell you that she's also been, it's a rodeo queen, it's a Ponderay County fair and rodeo queen. So I knew she knew how to answer questions by someone with this, phone in front of her mouth. Emily, we wish you well. Thrilled for your her success as well. And thank you for taking us along with you a little bit. Thank you. Congratulations to both of you. So let's look this way, and we're going to hear a little bit from the lips of the graduates themselves. Enjoy.
12 years and done. Wow. First of all, I want to thank my family, my dad, my sister, for being there for me and helping me whenever I needed help. I would especially like to thank my mom for all the hard work she put into helping me succeed in school and for pushing me to be the best that I could be. I would also like to thank all my teachers, because without them, I probably wouldn't know half of what I know. I would also like to thank all my friends for helping these years go by quickly and making them fun and exciting. I would also like to give special thanks to God for always being there for me when no one else was, and for helping me throughout all my life. And without him, I wouldn't be here today. Well, congratulations, class of 2018. We did it.
Wish everyone the best of luck in the future. Remember to make the most of the moments we are given with those we love. Be kind, loving, and thank God, not only for the good things, but also the hardships and trials. For those are what makes us who we are. I want to give a huge thank you to my parents. They instilled in me morals, a relationship with God, and loving kindness with only a bit of sarcasm, which will never be replaced, and that I want to pass down to my children someday. I'm so thankful they chose to take the time to homeschool me and provide me with the tools I need to become an independent woman of God. I couldn't be more grateful for them both. Someone once told me, life is part of surrendering yourself to God. Instead of trying to make things happen, God's plan will lay out if we let Him. I'm so excited to see what God's plan for my life is. It will continually work on letting Him lead me.
Thank you to my family. You have always been there for me, supported me, helped me, and I would not be where I am today without you. Thank you to Ms. Steverty and everyone in drama. If not for you guys, I would not be the same person I am today. You've all become more than my friends. You've all become my family. And I'm very grateful to have so many wonderful people in my life, and I cannot thank everyone enough.
Só estou aqui hoje nessa cerimônia de formatura graças a duas pessoas que me deram essa incrível oportunidade. Muito obrigado, pai e mãe, por sempre me apoiar e confiar em mim. Quero agradecer também ao meu amigo e professor, que me assentou em sua casa sem nem mesmo saber como eu era, ou quem eu era. Muito obrigado, Brian. I am only here today on this graduation ceremony because of two people that gave me this amazing opportunity. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for always trust me and support me. I want to thank you too, my friend and teacher, that accepted me on his home, even without knowing me or how I look like. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you all for coming here today. I would like to thank the Homelink and the teachers that have helped me through high school, and a big shout out to my parents for helping me through this well.
Well, we're here graduating, looking back back, it seemed to go by so slow, but being here now, I realize it's all very fast. I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior for helping me and being here every step of the way. I'd also like to thank my mom and dad for all they've taught me in school and out. I'd like to thank my siblings and my friends for being by my side through all the ups and downs. I'd like to give a big thanks to all my teachers, especially Miss Molly for all the help and support, Miss B for all the uplifting words and hugs, and Mr. Staples for all the valuable lessons and laughs. We did it, you guys.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Hey, I just want to thank Jesus Christ for always being there for me. And Mom and Dad, thank you so much for dealing with me and loving me. Trin, you are so fabulous and have helped me and encouraged me so much. Thank you so much for being my best friend. I want to thank Mrs. Steverding for making high school fun and something to look forward to. And Mr. Wood, Mrs. Hanson, Rita Finney, and Mrs. Jansen for teaching me so much and making it enjoyable too. I still can't believe I'm graduating, but if anyone is listening to this, it really must be happening, so woo! Thank goodness I made it out alive.
Say thank you to my parents for all the help and support that they've given me over the years. Once I graduate, I plan on going on mission for my church, and then afterwards I will be going to Brigham Young University in Provo.
I would like to thank my amazing family and friends for helping me get through the thick and thin of high school. I would also like to thank Mr. Odell for always helping me achieve my goals, and Mr. Thayer for always setting me up for success.
And my teachers for helping me out. It's been fun.
Hey you guys, Hannah here. What a crazy last 4 years. Homework all-nighters, an unhealthy amount of caffeine, probably way too many snack breaks while studying, and pretty much an entire 4 years of senioritis. But 4 of the most rewarding, challenging, and blessed years so far. There are way too many thank yous to say to fit into a short voice recording, but to every teacher, consultant, staff member, family member, and friend that has both helped me and watched me grow over the last few years, I cannot say thank you enough for constantly pushing me beyond what I thought I was capable of and teaching me what it means to persevere. Y'all are truly gems. Most of all, though, thank you to Jesus for being my constant and my parents for being my unwavering support. My heart is so full of love and gratitude for each of you, and by you all, I've been so very blessed. So until next time, peace out, Brussels sprouts.
First, I'd like to thank my parents for supporting me and always being willing to help when I need it. You guys are amazing. Then I'd like to thank my siblings for always being there for me and going on all those crazy adventures. Then there's my friends. Thank you for hanging out with me and making school a fun place to be. Most of all, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for always being by my side. Couldn't have done it without him.
I'd like to thank my parents for sticking with me this past year. High school is definitely something to remember, a lot of all-nighters and late nights. These past 4 years have been quite hectic, but it's all worth it now. Can't believe I'm finally done. And to all the incoming freshmen, no matter what anyone says, it's nothing like High School Musical at all. Thanks to my family, friends, and teachers for helping me with this past year. Thank you, Lord, for keeping my head above the waters from this past year also. Deuces.
I spent 13 years walking the halls of the Deer Park Homelink campuses, the joy of kindergarten and every new experience. Some favorite classes from the way back was Miss Deloria's Spanish class, learning the Chocolatey song, and Miss B's class, learning about continents. The next phase of class favorites were Mr. McCummon's wood class, Miss B's art classes, and Mrs. Rogers' leather class. And who can ever forget dissecting a shark in Miss Kayleen's class? Mrs. McCummon's and DigiTools opened the door to prepare me for a running start. I had the opportunity to complete 11th and 12th grade compiling college credits. So my path towards a Bachelor of Science degree begins with my high school diploma and AA degree. My plan is to either attend Whitworth University or Eastern Washington University in the fall. A highlight of being a homeschool student in the Deer Park district was the ability to be a part of the high school equestrian team for the past 4 years. My parents had the vision to offer me and my siblings the opportunity to learn at home in a godly Christian atmosphere. I thank God and them for raising me and giving me the foundation to build my life on.
First off, I want to thank my parents, God, Mrs. Ross, Bob, and Ray. You have been with me through my best and worst over these past 4 years. And to those of you who have similar struggles like I do, here are my words. Academics aren't everything, so don't let others tell you that they are. If people talk bad about you or others you know, ignore them. Don't let people define you or tell you what path you have to go on. Let your choices be your own, not what everyone says you should do. And if they judge, let them judge, because often they are the ones that will try to drag you down. Surround yourself with people who will challenge you and grow you. And most important, do what you want to do, not what others say you should do, especially with your life and career. Let God guide your path, and I promise you, He will protect you, love you, and care for you. Thank you. Darkness Mist, out.
Your future is bright because there's a plan for you. Thank you for sharing your lives with us. We are now going to pass out the diplomas. Keith Allen Araya.
But tomorrow, those curtains will rise again for the beginning of your next lifelong production. And I know that the story that will play out will be a fantastic one. Keith, always be who you are. Follow your passions and do what you love. We are so proud of the young man that you've turned out to be, and I am so honored to present to you with this diploma.
Gabrielle Borges.
Well, we are really proud of you and very happy that we could be here on this very important moment. We want to say thank you to the school, to the teachers, to the counselors and to the directors, and a special thank you to Brian and David Staples to be a Gabriel's family on the last year. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Heidi Ruth Cade. Joseph Marnell Chantry. Lindsay Dawn Connolly. Abigail Joy Crahan.
So proud of you.
Becca May. Allison Grace Knutson. Danae Lenartz. Libby Danae Lyons.
Libby, your mother and I are very proud of all the choices you have made in life. You have become a very beautiful young woman. And we are so special here, so special to us. We love you so much. We thank God for you. And we ask Him to protect you in everything you do. And we pray we serve Him in everything you do.
Hope Anna Marie McDonald. Nathaniel Harold McCall.
In true geek terms, you've leveled up. But unfortunately, there is no cap in leveling in the game of life.
We're proud of you, bud. It's been a journey. We would not trade everything we've been through because it's made you the incredible young man that God has made you to be.
Lizabel K. McGuire.
Elizabeth, we're very proud of you. Back in the day when you used to stand on the hand, and now you're standing up here. There's been a lot of hard work and others put into you. Proud of the hard work you're doing in the weightlifting. Look forward to what God has to do.
Uriah Lawrence Meeks. Hannah Lee Olson.
Nice ropes. Nice. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but Mom and I just got some new ropes too. We just got our new tassels. So we just got tassels for being trying to figure out how to be parents. So I'm sorry you're almost gone before we figured it out. But Mom and I are really, really proud of you. And we're excited about what God has for you. And I want to read some here, but I think those tassels really represent a lot of late nights, studying and studying and studying. And when other kids are watching a movie or doing some fun things, you're at the computer and you're studying and you're studying and you're studying, and it's paid off, and you have done excellent. So we are super proud of you. So when I think of the Apostle Paul, planted a number of churches, and he did that by loving people. And he planted a church in a town called Ephesus. And a while later, he wrote a letter back to the Ephesians. And this is what he said, and this is what I think of you. This is what Paul said, and this is what we feel towards you, Hannah. Paul said, I have never stopped thanking God for you. I pray for you constantly, asking God, the glorious Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, to give you spiritual wisdom and understanding so that you might, turn the page, grow in your knowledge of God. I pray that your heart will be flooded with light so that you can understand the wonderful future He has promised to you. And I want you to realize what a rich and glorious inheritance He has given you. We are excited for you, and we also want to give you the tassels for just being a great, great kid.
Miguel Robles.
Okay, son, I'm very proud of you. I thank God. You are a good son, a very good student, and I ask him, we ask him all the time for you. I hope he shows you the way you have to follow. I also pray God can guide your steps all the time of your life. Congratulations. I'm so proud. We are so proud of you. And we encourage you to keep going until Jesus comes again. Congratulations.
Emily Lou Sprague.
Emily, you are so impressive. All those things that you've done concurrent. When I see you at night, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, midnight, you work part-time schedule, you're amazing. And I honor you for your willingness. I'd say more, but I'll listen to that as well.
Jacob Michael St. Amand.
You are our last one. This is the end of the chapter for us, but it's the beginning of a new chapter for you. We pray you will write it with godliness and wisdom. We are proud beyond words of the path you have chosen and are confident in your success. We love you.
And Alyssa Emily Vandermeer. And I'd now like to present the Homelink class of 2018. Congratulations.